Hi friends, welcome to Insightful Healing. I'm Amira. Thanks so much for being here with me today. As always, I invite you to cleanse your space, journal along with me if it's a possibility or something that you desire to do. I hope that wherever you are, you're feeling well and safe in your spirit. Let's see what we're meant to know on today. It's a new moon, a time and opportunity for new beginnings, to start fresh. I'm hearing Let's Start Over. I don't know if that's what the song is called, but that song by Beyonce, that used to be my cry in the car song. I ain't even gonna lie. I would belt it off and play it over and over again. I told you how you hurt me, baby, but you don't care. Now I'm crying and deserted, baby, but you don't care. Ain't nobody tell me this is love, but you're immune to all my pain. Yeah, I need you to tell me this ain't love. You don't care, well that's okay. That was a totally different song. Interesting. In addition to those two Beyonce songs, I also was hearing the theme song of that 70s show. Hanging out, burn, burn, burn down the street. Burn, burn, doing the same old thing. Burn, burn, that you did last week. Not a thing to do, but talk to you. That's a fun one. Obviously you can't see my whole body, but my hands told the story, right? That is a fun one. Also a fun show. It's obviously about friends hanging out in the 70s and the things they used to do, the conversations they used to have, the intermingling of relationships that occurred. Okay. I feel like there's some fuzziness in relationship boundaries, expectations. And of course, I mean, I want to reiterate, this could be any relationship, any type of relationship. Okay. But there's some fuzziness going on. We have card 30 and 33 today. I'm gonna go ahead and take both of them because they both came out simultaneously, and clearly they, I feel like they require each other. So that's interesting. Maybe you're in a relationship that feels codependent, or yeah. Maybe you're feeling dependent on another person, or like another person is dependent upon you. The first card is number 30. It says make peace with your shadow. And it's really indicative of a need to look internally as opposed to externally. You know, we do this thing in relationships where we point to the other person, we blame the other person, and you know, we can easily identify what it is that they've done wrong or how they have made us feel. However, and I was recently talking about this, accountability. However, we forget to look internally and focus on what we can control. We can't control that other person. We can only control our actions, our behaviors, our responses, right? And so perhaps in this scenario, let's say someone is dependent upon you. It's annoying that they're dependent upon you. It's annoying that they can't be independent. Why can't they make better decisions? So on and so forth, right? We could go down that rabbit hole, but also it's our responsibility to set a boundary to not... Every time I want to say this word, I forget it. Enable them. It's so weird. It's just like one of those words that gets stuck in the rivers of my brain every time I want to reach it. But yeah, it's our responsibility to set the boundaries that keep us feeling healthy, happy, whole, safe, and sane in relationships. It's gonna make the relationship a bit more rocky until it gets steady and stable, but rocky is better than cloudy and unclear. Okay, because something's cloudy and unclear, it's enmeshed. Okay, this could be an enmeshed relationship, a familial relationship. All right, that happens often in families. Second card we have is 33. Know that your reflection is capable of distortion. Yeah, so somebody's not seeing their shadow accurately, or perhaps they're hiding from their shadow or afraid to see it, or there's some kind of distortion here. Interesting. When I said that, I heard extortion, so there could be some sense. I wanted to say fuckery, so here we go. Something's happening that doesn't feel good, essentially. Let's see what we can gather from the booklet. I'm not going to read both in their entirety. I'll just pull out what is necessary for us today. Number 30. This card presents itself to you today, encouraging you to look deeper into your shadow side. The shadow is present in each of us and holds more power over us when suppressed than power with us when accepted. There goes my throat chakra. Carl Jung is one of my favorite inspirations with his influence in the world of psychology, counseling, and tarot. His idea of shadow work has made a significant impact in each of these areas and with individuals alike. I believe that the subconscious is an extremely powerful place, and we can learn a lot about ourselves with full analysis. Ignoring the thoughts and feelings in this space is actually what makes it unhealthy. Similar to our inner child wounds, sometimes acknowledgement is all that it takes. Truth. Number 33. This card presents itself to you today, urging you to analyze your perception as it may be distorted from reality. Find a balance between the two so that you may pick yourself up and transition into your next phase. Pulling this card challenges your sixth sense to recognize how your guides see you, how others see you, and how you see you. Your fifth sense to acknowledge the despair that you feel. Fourth sense to eat healthily, rather than succumb to the urge to self-indulge and cover up feelings. Third sense to smell the refreshing scent of ylang ylang to boost mood and reduce anxiety. Second sense to hear the empty sounds of trickling water. And your first sense to see your dissatisfaction and create change for yourself. I didn't become obsessed with how my body looked to others until my late 20s, but the journey started much earlier. In fact, I recall at a young age believing that white girls were only skinny due to biology, which is both arrogant and ignorant. If we graphed my exercising over a lifetime, the illustration would be similar to exaggerated squiggly lines with a few invasions of loops. As I've gotten older, things have dropped lower and my reflection has become distorted. In a world where plastic surgery has shifted into the norm, my reflection has become distorted. Through my education and learning about body dysmorphia and eating disorders, my reflection has become distorted. The common problem here is the influence of other people or life events that could not be controlled. Our self-esteem is reflected on the outside of us, but it's not represented by our reflection. Today's a day to look internally. And we have an opportunity, right? Again, with this new moon to start anew. Let's see what our journal prompt is. Session 43. Where lies the truth? Between my shadow and my reflection.